The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD. Down 2 scores here.
They did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing is Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10. Now Cousins. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 28. From the gun, it's again to Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now Burrow on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Burrow. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
On third down, Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Gun. 11.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
From the 27, Cousins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Cousins on first down. And my goodness, another interception. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
11 MT.
They go play action with Burrow. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now Cousins on fourth down. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down. It's a gain of 12 on fourth.
Now Cousins rolling to his left. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Play action now. Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Up the middle, it's Cook. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Touchdown! Cousins able to connect with Adam Thielen, and the Vikings get a bit closer. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
But he will not get into the end zone, and that one hurts as it will remain a two-score game here in the fourth.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a two-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to flash together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon,
71 yards.
And the Bengals use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
They'll let Mixon try to run it in. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The 40.
Kene Nwangu.
He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
11.
Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
11 Mighty. 11 MP. Here we go.
Going for it on fourth. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39.
Here we go.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock. Really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
To throw is Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And it's a miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Boy, a bad break. Just got the lead on the touchdown, and now they're going to have to go on defense at the 40-yard line here as things get good in the 4th quarter.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
And they go play action now. Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. They'll roll him out right.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life.
11.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Hooking up here with Trent Taylor. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Here we go.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to...
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Fielded right around the 8. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose, and the Bengals grab it.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Play action. It's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And the Bengals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Charles alive.
Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that.